attack from the right-hand side, from the eastern corridor, but Bisu has positioned his forces back there and is going to repel that attack as well. Free's attacks being continually repelled, and Bisu now going for the harass with Zealots at Free's expansion at the 7 o'clock position while Free's forces are out. Free is going to go down the front door, but Bisu's Zealots are probably going to take this Nexus down. Bisu with again perfect storming on the ramp, this time despite having the lower ground. Free with great storms as well, catching most of Bisu's Dragoons. Bisu needs a couple more storms, but he looks like he might have run out, and Bisu might be in trouble here, but Free's out of storms as well. Free's got more High Templar coming in play. Free catching Bisu's storms, main forces, and this is the question here with Free's main economy Free's economic advantage might tell, but Bisu seems to be holding. He's got reinforcement driving well, he's got a shorter supply route. Bisu sent the Zealots out, and he's taken that expansion at the 7 o'clock position. Bisu continuing to fight hard, continuing to macro those Dragoons. Free does have the advantage of the height of that ramp, and Bisu's only got the 4 Dragoons left. He's going to be forced back now. Bisu with just the 4 Dragoons left, he's going to be forced to pull his Zealots back, and Bisu obviously sacrificing that in that attack, but he might actually have made the perfect sacrifice here. He might have made the perfect strategy, because now he's coming with those Zealots in from behind to pincer Free's force. Another great storm by Bisu. Again, Bisu with the shortest supply route. Another great storm all over Free's forces, and Bisu once again is delivering the perfect storm here, guys. And Bisu's Zealots are arriving just now, just in time to try and mop up the remaining forces of Free's. Free does have the Dragoon advantage though, because he can maneuver those Dragoons. Bisu needs to pull those Zealots back until he's got his own reinforcements coming in. Free obviously has reinforced his forces as well, but Bisu's defense is going to hold, and now Bisu with a distinct economic advantage, having taken out that 7 o'clock expansion. Brilliant StarCraft from the Protoss, dare I say, Maestro, and Bisu with assassin-like skills, sending in that ninja force to take down that expansion at the 7 o'clock base. Elite force of ninjas taking down Free's expansion, and Free just doesn't know what he's done here, and I can tell him what he's done. He's just been too confident, like the banking sector, and now he finds his toxic deck is coming back to haunt him. Bisu's multitasking coming into advantage with perfect storms, as I predicted. That is what Bisu needed to do. He knew he needed to do it, and he's done it. He's delivered, and Bisu is pulling it out of the fire here, folks. Bisu is pulling out all the stops, and this is an epic game of StarCraft. What a fantastic game, and it looks like it will be Bisu versus Jiang Mi in the next round to me. Now, it looks to me like Free is in a tight spot. Bisu's economy now definitely superior. He's got the ground forces. He's neutralized Free's ground forces. Free does have a few more gateways than Bisu, so he can build up that ground force quicker, but Free really needed to do some harassment, which he didn't do, and Bisu has now completely neutralized any advantage Free might have had, and Bisu can now sit back and take the game from Free. Free looks like he's going for one last desperate attack, but so far Bisu has just been pinpoint in the placement of his storms. He's guided those storms in with ultimate precision, and Free hasn't been able to do anything about it, and Bisu has just microed brilliantly in every single fight, and that strategy to send that Zealot force out while he held Free, and it was brilliant, really. It was really the Art of War style stuff from Bisu. And speaking of Art of War, probably one of the best action films that I've seen of the summer is the Battle of Red Cliff, which is a Chinese film, and considered to be one of the biggest budget films made in China for a while. And it expounds the art of war and some brilliant tactics in it. I think you guys should definitely check it out if you get the chance. Really good film. And Bisu, just like in that film, is showing us the art of war. He knew that his supply route was shorter, just like in the Battle of Red Cliff. He knew that his soldiers had a shorter distance to travel to reinforce his front lines, and therefore he could send out a cavalry raid with speed upgraded Zealots. And now Bisu pushing up the middle of the map. Now he's got the larger army. Now he's given typhoid to his opponent's forces and killed off most of his soldiers, destroyed their morale, and he's now ready to face his opponent head on. Free trying to find some sort of a flanking position to try and take Bisu out, but he risks having his force separated, and that's not really what he wants. But what he would like to do is try and present a wide front to Bisu's narrow forces. Bisu obviously didn't want to do that. Free trying to go up the ramps was what did him in the end, but Bisu's opened up a much wider corridor for his forces so that he doesn't get stormed out. And Bisu once again delivering the storms first and pulling back, and Bisu has just delivered storms perfectly and pulled back, and once again doing the same again, and Free's lost most of his forces just to Bisu's storms. Now his Zealots coming in, but they're going to run straight into Bisu's Dragoons, but Free's got storms now on Bisu's Dragoons as well, and it's just a kaleidoscope of storms. It's just the Bermuda's Triangle of storms covering that entire map, but Bisu is going to emerge victorious yet again, and this is going to be it, folks. This is going to be GG. Free's now got reinforcements pouring in. Bisu's got reinforcements coming in from the back as well, but Bisu has got a significant number. He's got about 8 Dragoons left after that battle. Free with another another desperate storm, another couple of desperate storms, takes out those Dragoons, but Bisu has got Zealots now coming in, and now Free's expansion just north of the 6 o'clock base on the eastern side of the map is coming under fire and is probably going to get taken out. He loses the photon cannon. High Templar arriving for Bisu as well, going to storm out, freeze Zealots, and Bisu from an early disadvantage. Well, again, it's arguable whether or not he was at a disadvantage, but definitely he was at a disadvantage after that DT raid, which failed miserably in my opinion. Bisu has pulled it out, and he has played the perfect game of StarCraft, and really Free has played a poor game of StarCraft here, and he knows it. Free managed to get those Dragoons out. He has the shorter supply route, but Bisu has such a large weight of forces that it doesn't bother him at all, and Free not mining at all from that expansion. Free, remember, also lost that expansion at the 7 o'clock base, which is probably rebuilt by now. He's also got an expansion just north of the 5 o'clock position at the 3 o'clock position, but Bisu's got, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bases to Free's 3 or 4, and that's just not a place where you want to be in. Free almost mined out in his main. Bisu probably is mined out in his main. He is indeed mined out in his main, so it's probably 4 to 3 bases for Bisu, and Bisu in a really strong position now, and he's probably going to close this out, and we will be seeing him in the losers final versus Free, versus Jang B, and Free's got to be asking himself what he did wrong, and as I said, he just wasn't aggressive enough. And that's what happens when you go play against, and it is the psychology of StarCraft, and that's part of the beauty of this game. If it had been any other player that Free had been up against, he is the kind of player that I would have expected to be aggressive and push out and affect the victory. And Bisu is the winner. Jang B is out. Or sorry, Free is out. Bisu wins with some brilliant StarCraft. But in any other game, I think against any other opponent, any other Protoss opponent, Free would have pushed home his advantage when he had the superiority of the ground forces, not before his opponent could build up the forces that would allow him to defend those ramps. He would have pushed home and won the game, and not just sat back and allowed his opponent to harass him. But because it was Bisu, because Bisu was capable of so much, he was scared. He was afraid. He didn't take the chance. He's paid the ultimate price, and he is now out of the MSL. And boy, is he going to be severely disappointed with himself. He should have seized the day. He should have seized the day when the day was his to be seized, but he did not, and now it is gone and will not return. And yet another Star League disappointment for Free, who continues to not be able to reach his potential, in my opinion. But for those of us who were questioning the possibility of a Bisu slump, I guess he's answered us quite emphatically there, guys. This is Klazart. What a fantastic game of StarCraft. Thanks for listening.